All right, are you there?
I am here.
Awesome. I'm going to take off my headphones so we'll get better sound. So just give me 1 second. All right. All right, how's it going?
It's good. Just got home a few minutes because we went to Target and Bed Bath & Beyond.
So we should say it looked like you were going to go out of town this week, but you are still in your apartment. However, you do have a relative visiting.
Yes.
And because of that, that's why we're doing this over the phone right now. It's kind of a test to see how we could do it going forward over the next few weeks while you're going to be busy.
Yeah, it's kind of different, but, it's a way to kind of keep,
Yeah, it's not going to be the same, and these might even be a little bit shorter. Hold on, I'm going to sit down on my creaky couch if you hear anything. But it is a way to still put something out.
Yeah, it's good because you can people can still keep up with what's going on with us.
Yeah, and we're not using something like Zoom because your technology doesn't really jive with mine. So I figured this, even though the sound quality won't be as good, it's a way to keep the process going while we can until we can get back in person contact.
Do you have to if you're doing a Zoom thing? I mean, this is a dumb question, but is there like a Zoom app, or is it like a software or?
You
Zoom?
can get an app for it on Mac and iOS, and I'm assuming you can on Windows too.
Okay.
But I know that you
I have
don't
never
really use that, and you've had some issues with technology before with Windows.
Well, so I have never tested out Zoom before. I don't know how to use. I have not used Skype, but then I also heard that Skype isn't that great right anymore. Not like it was before. Yeah, but Zoom. What is that?
I feel like ever since Microsoft bought Skype, they've gone downhill, and that's been over 10 years ago now.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard that sometimes people on Skype sessions sound like they're kind of dead, and the sound, or maybe it's just their voice. I don't know what it is, but I've been hearing things like, "Oh, this person doesn't sound like themselves on Skype," or whatever it is, or the sound quality's bad. I don't know.
What's really interesting now is since everybody's doing like talk shows from home, is you can kind of tell what celebrities have good internet connections and which ones don't because of how often they'll break up during an interview.
Right. I mean, I've heard some interesting things about Zoom. Like you really have to be careful about privacy settings if there is any stuff like that. I don't know. I heard that there's some glitches.
For sure, Baze, for sure. But catch me up on what's been going on with you over the last week. How's it been having a relative visit?
How can I say this? It's been up and down, if I can say this politely.
It's been about a week, right?
Yes, it's true, yeah, because this person came on last Tuesday.
What have been some of the ups?
Well, I haven't seen her in quite a while. In fact, I haven't seen her since last summer. I don't get to see her very often, and it's just nice to have her company. And I can, joke around and laugh with her and eat cheesecake and and chocolate and watch movies and whatever it is, or things like that. Yeah.
What movies have y'all been watching?
We haven't watched a movie since she's gotten here.
Yeah.
We've kind of been kind of keeping ourselves up to date on the big election in less than 2 weeks now, and so we've kind of been doing that. We've been more focused on that than anything else. But yeah, we've haven't watched a movie together in a while. There's a movie that we watched a long time ago that I have not shown you yet, but I think you'd like it. It's called The Other Sister, and I've talked to you about it many times. And
That's
it's starring
Lewis, right?
Yes, it is.
We might have to watch that. I've also been thinking, Dave, that when we do our next movie night, I'd like to show you Barcelona and Love and Death on Long Island, because I know that you haven't seen them. And the other day I rewatched Love and Death on Long Island, and I think you'd get a kick out of both of those movies.
Really? They sound kind of heavy. Well, I mean, Love and Death on Long Island sounds kind of heavy to me. Did you say?
It's a dark comedy. It has John Hurt and Jason Priestley.
Oh, Jason Priestley? A young Jason Priestley? Or
yes.
When did this...
He plays a teen actor in the movie, and it came out in, I believe, in Europe in 97, but here in the U.S. it was released in early 98. And John Hurt is a writer whose wife has died, and he kind of becomes obsessed with Jason Priestley.
Interesting.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's... What?
No, go ahead. You were about to say. This is the one.
I'm thinking that came out in the midst of the 90210 days.
I believe so.
Yeah,
now, correct me if I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But didn't he direct a few episodes of that show?
I don't know.
Okay.
That may have been true. I don't know. It's possible. He was like one of the heartthrobs of the show, apparently.
Yeah, I knew of him from that show, but I really appreciated his work from this movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, wow, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. But we're getting a little bit off topic. You said that you and this relative were talking about watching The Other Sister.
No. We watched it a long time ago together. She was the one who we were trying to find a movie to watch, and we watched it, and it was really good.
What are you guys thinking about?
I thought it was good.
What are you thinking about watching this week?
I don't know that we will watch anything this week. I mean, there's other things. I mean, we're kind of we've kind of been going shopping and looking for stuff for my apartment. Also thinking about when we're going to leave, and we haven't gotten our tickets yet. I still have to fill out and send in my ballot, and I have to look for a place to drop it off, because I do not want to mail it from my box. But anyway, that's a different topic altogether. I will say this though, because I know this is slightly off topic, but we were talking about something this morning.
Tell me.
And you remember when she said that somebody sent her an email about blindness? It was so she got this email about blindness, and she was reading me. It was an article. Have you heard of something called IRA?
I've heard of the Roth IRA, which is a savings account.
What is it?
I believe it's called the Roth IRA. It's like a retirement savings account.
No. I mean, IRA is a blind app.
I'm not familiar with it.
Okay, so she read me this article about this guy who is, I think he's in his 80s, and I believe he's partially sighted, and I think he has like a certain kind of RP. And there's this app that's available, but it requires you to wear these glasses, and they cost a lot of money. The glasses are like $600. A lot.
Is this the one with the subscription fee that you have to pay each month?
You can pay it, they give you a payment plan,
Yeah, I've heard about this.
You heard about Ira?
Call the name. Yeah, I wasn't sure on the name, but I have heard of this.
Okay, so it was talking about how it's good if you are walking, but because the guy is from the Berkshires. I'm guessing the Berkshires are in Jersey, I think. I think it might be New Jersey or somewhere on the East Coast. And in parts of his neighborhood or wherever he's walking, sometimes it gets a little bit spotty. So the person that is describing what they see while they have the glasses on and they're on their app, the person is on the app describing to the blind person what's going on. They may lose connection or they may not be able to catch everything.
To me, it sounds like the technology is just a little bit too new and slightly more expensive than I would like.
Yeah, it is. And I told my mom, I said, it sounds like there's a lot of glitches.
And not that the person saying with you is your mom, but you also told your mom this.
Right.
Right. But go ahead.
Right.
And you also told the relative who's staying with you that.
Yes.
It sounds like there's a lot of glitches and...
Yeah, it sounds like there's a lot of glitches, and I don't think it's ready for... So there's a lot of glitches, and another problem with that is that they are the people that have created, I don't know if it's the people who created IRA or people that were in the business of ophthalmology in general, but they're trying to find a way to take out the genes. Like if a person had RP genetically, they were thinking about replacing the genes so that they would be able to use their eyes, but and the only problem with that is the person who was using IRA had a genetic condition. In my case, I have a physical eye condition. So if a person has been blind since they were an infant, never seen anything in their life, I'm not sure how IRA would actually help benefit them yet.
Well, the gene part definitely would not. And it goes to a bigger question of that's something that happens in families of blind people a lot, to where they think that there's going to be this cure of blindness that suddenly comes along, and that's usually not the case. And how do you deal with that? So, for example, when you explain this today to the relative who's staying with you, afterwards, did you feel angry? Did you feel sad that you had to explain this or no?
I didn't understand the question.
Okay. So relatives of blind people, and I'm assuming your relative is a relative of a blind person, will oftentimes assume that there is a easy solution to blindness. And as you and I know, that's not always the case. So this morning, when your relative shared that information and you kindly corrected her, how did that make you feel? Did you feel sad that you had to do it? Did you feel disappointed that this relative still believes that there's a cure to blindness?
Well, what I did was I listened to what it said first, and then she asked me, what do you think about that? So that gave me the freedom to say, hey, I don't know that this is ready to be in use for every blind person, because number one, if they want to deal with replacing genes that a blind person has, like whatever RP they have from their parents, versus a person who is born, versus a person who has been blind since infancy, but it's a physical condition, it wouldn't be accessible to all blind people. And I think I didn't.
How did it make you feel when you had to do this?
It didn't make. I wasn't upset. She actually agreed with me. Actually, after she read me the article.
Were you surprised about that?
I was very surprised actually, because there are times where and this isn't just for this isn't just like specifically for her, but for a lot of my relatives in my family. They think that that if they see something about blindness, then either I should get involved in it, or I should inquire about it, or they think it would be an easy fix. Yeah. And I mean, I kind of understand why they might see that, because they have never experienced what I experienced. So it's kind of, for them, it's a totally different idea. That, oh, well, if you could see, then it would be so much easier. But my relative and I were talking about that too. Excuse me. Not that. My relative and I were talking about the fact that a person who has not seen since the beginning of their life, like since infancy, can't really, it's hard for them to, it would be hard for a person to adapt to gaining vision, as opposed to a person who has seen before and they lose their vision when they get older. If they're able to regain their vision, it would be better. It would probably be easier for them, because they would remember what it was like to see prior to that. If that makes any sense.
Yes. If I understand what you're saying, you feel, and your relative kind of agrees with you, that one of the reasons why so many people in your family bring up these alleged cures to blindness is because they think of it from the perspective of, what would it be like if I lost my vision? Not what is it like for somebody who's been blind since birth.
Right, exactly. I hope that she is starting to understand that, because it's so easy for a sighted person that has had their vision since they were born to tell a totally blind person that has never had vision, hey, this would be so much easier for you. But not knowing what the blind person experienced is kind of hard to come to that conclusion. It's kind of like if I was deaf since I was a baby, profoundly deaf maybe, and trying to do things as a deaf person, and a sighted person signing to me and saying, hey, this would be easier if you could hear stuff.
Exactly.
So it's kind of, it's interesting.
Yeah. I think of things like hidden disabilities. For example, you really don't hear family members that often telling somebody who's dyslexic, we think we found a cure for your dyslexia. It's more like they teach them how to live with that disability.
Yes, exactly.
Something like blindness or profound deafness.
Yeah, because, total blindness and total deafness requires everything to be changed. For the most part, everything. How you see the world with your hands, if you can't see anything at all, or if you need large print, if you need to read large print, if you have to see things up close, I mean, a myriad of stuff. Braille materials, canes, blind apps, technology, what have you. So, I mean, everything is, everything has to be adapted to, it sounds like. If, as opposed to someone who has dyslexia or, I don't know. Some kind of a learning disability, maybe? Huh?
Or the Republican. That's another, like...
Hey. No pot shots.
Dave, I sent in my ballot today. How do you feel?
What?
I sent in my ballot today. How do you feel? Are you proud of me?
I guess. I don't know what else to say about that, I guess. I mean, what else can I say? Good job! You sent in your ballot.
Yes, we disagree a lot on politics, but in the mayor race,
good job, good boy.
So I was going back and forth with the mayor race, and I ended up voting for Sarah Ione.
Sarah Iannarone, yeah.
Iannarone, yeah. You know how I am with names. I butcher every name.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to say, yeah.
It is hard to say. I was watching a debate she had with Ted Wheeler last night, and she mentioned people with disabilities as like part of a marginalized group, which a lot of people don't do, but she mentioned us first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She said people with disabilities and so, like other marginalized groups. And you never hear us mentioned in the discussion. I know it's silly to be swayed by such a small thing, but in my mind it was so close between the two of them that was the thing that pushed me towards her.
I don't know. I still wouldn't vote for anyone. So I wouldn't vote for anyone solely on that they would support the disability community. Because I really,
normally, but in my mind, it was so close between the two of them that this was just the thing that tipped it in her direction.
Yeah. Well, and think about that though, because there are sometimes it's hard to tell, and not every politician is like this, because not everyone works the same way. But there are some people that say that they would support groups like people with disabilities. And then you vote for them, but it turns out that they don't support that group. And then you realize that was just something to persuade voters to get more votes towards their direction.
Listen, it's possible that is the case, but I figured why not give it a chance and see what happens.
I still wouldn't vote for her. I don't think she has a very good.
Ted Wheeler's going to get your vote then.
Ted Wheeler is what?
Going to get your vote then.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to vote for one of them, and I don't want to vote for him. But there is nobody else running. I personally don't think that any of them are good for the city. But because I don't have any other choices. I don't know. I may not even vote for mayor. I'm not sure. I'm kind of. I mean, no.
Why not?
Okay. Let me ask you a question. If we don't agree on politics now, who's to say that we're going to agree if you become mayor?
You'll see by the results I produce.
I'm sorry. I still wouldn't do it. I'm sorry. I still wouldn't do it.
So you haven't even filled out your ballot.
No. I think I have to check, because I think we were the last time I was we were looking at the ballot measures. Oh, by the way, I did go on the women's what is it? League of Women's Voters. Thank you. I went on the website, and you're right. It's a pretty good. They have a pretty good layout there. I didn't look at all the stuff, but they have a pretty good layout. And it isn't like. Go ahead. And I like it because they have like a list of the candidates for like treasurer, secretary of state. So I was kind of reading them, and and some of them were actually on the ballot, but they didn't respond.
Yes, I know.
Which I was kind of interesting. Yeah. yeah, so it was kind of interesting to find out what people are thinking about the some of the issues with policing and the forest, the handling of the forestry, the parks, recreation, and things like that. Yeah, it was kind of interesting. I didn't read all the stuff on the website, but I thought it was pretty informative so far.
Thank you, Paige. I'm glad you liked my recommendation.
Yeah, yeah.
Alana?
Yes.
Are we allowed to talk about what happened Saturday night?
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna be very nice. I'm gonna be very nice.
Do you want me to say it and then you just reply?
Yes, I think you should start, and then I'll give you my thoughts, even though you already know what they are. But you can just go through it. Yeah.
Okay. Normally, I spend the weekend over at Alana's house, but because the relatives in town and Alana's family is very into the Bible, I did not do that this time. However, I was invited to go over for dinner and hang out for a few hours, so I thought to myself, this will be great. Got over there around 2, and I heard about I had a great meal, by the way, and the relative is very nice. But I heard about the Bible for maybe 3.5 hours.
Well, yeah, shall I chime in?
Go ahead.
Do you have any more thoughts on that, or how you?
The only other thing is, and I told you this privately, I kind of understand how you developed your belief system. When I was listening to your relative, it kind of made me seem like, oh, no wonder Alana is so into this book.
Yeah.
So keep going, please. Yes. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well,
go ahead.
Okay. I don't know what the word is. I don't know if it was. I don't know if I could say if it was embarrassment or if it was. I don't know if it was slight irritation. I understand why she was talking that way, because, and I have to be a little bit gracious, because she's a very expressive person.
Yeah, which is great. I love expressive people.
She's a very expressive person. She's got a personality.
She's very kind.
She's very person. Yeah, she's a very kind, hospitable person. I just don't know that what she shared was appropriate for this time, because I was just introducing you to her, and I didn't know what to say. I was hoping that you guys would have gone back and forth and asked each other questions, but it didn't happen that way. It just seemed like that was kind of dominating the conversation. I should have stopped it, and I was like, this is going to go on for a long time. And I just, and I mean, I understand that, when she does share her faith, sometimes she gets a little bit carried away, and she doesn't, once you get her talking, she doesn't want to stop talking. But then she isn't just like that she's like that with a lot of people, so it's not just you.
Nice.
Does that help a little bit?
Yeah, I was a little bit confused at first, because I know that you told her that I am not a Christian. And so I was wondering if she was possibly going into so much explanation as a way to convert me, but I didn't know that for a fact. It was just...
Well, I thought I was clear. I thought I told her I don't talk about religion or politics or anything like that. And I thought I was clear about the religion part, because, maybe she thought, well, I know what, I can just, I can talk about my own faith story. but that's still tied to religious things. You know, it's not like it's very tied to it. But I mean, yeah, I kind of I didn't know how I felt really. I don't know. I think it was just a mixture of stuff. So
for the future, if we're ever in this situation again with a relative, I just want to make it clear that you are more than welcome to come over and straddle me if you think it's getting too much.
I am not going to do that.
Why not, okay?
Because excuse me, that's private.
Oh.
That's private.
I didn't know that.
That's something, you know, that's something that, what?
I didn't know that, okay.
Well, you know, I think if someone in my family were to convert you, they would be a little bit more, I think they would be a little bit more intentional. I don't think she was intentional, but I also think that maybe she should have thought about that before she started.
It was still an interesting story, though. I like hearing it.
That's good.
Just
That's good. I'm glad you thought.
Hearing somebody's life experiences, you know.
I mean, we did. I mean, she is right. We did go through a lot of things individually as in my immediate family.
Yes.
Specifically, me, my mom, my relative. Yeah, me, my relative.
Who's not your mom, or the other family members.
Right. Well, and then in contrast to other people in my family.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, but we did. We went through a lot of things.
Uh-oh.
A lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sweet boys. Alana.
Yes.
Switching gears a little bit because it's been a little bit serious and also this is unique.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about you returning to the Anna of Green Gables series.
Oh, I'm really, really enjoying it. So, the Anne of Green Gables series has a total of 10 books, although I didn't read the one book it was called Before Green Gables, which tells the story of Anne Shirley before she went to live in a farmhouse called Green Gables. And this, the series takes place on Prince Edward Island in the Maritimes. And it sounds to me in the description in the book that Prince Edward Island is a beautiful area of Canada. So
have you
now
been enjoying this
what?
series?
I am, yeah.
There's a pregnant pause there, so I wasn't sure.
No. I was just thinking of my next thought.
Okay, go ahead.
So I'm on the 6th book in the series, and this is 15 years after Anne is married. She has 5 children with Gilbert Blythe, and this is so this doesn't include her her first child that she lost.
And was this of the same dude, the original kid?
What?
Did she have her first kid with the guy that she's with now, or was it some other guy?
No. It was the same person that she married.
Okay.
But she lost her child after I don't know if she gave birth to the child, but the child didn't live very long. So, and then she had 5 other kids, and the weird thing is that one of her kids' names was Shirley, but Shirley was a boy.
She sounds like a weird lady then.
Well, it is just a fictional story. Apparently, I knew a Shirley a long time ago. and she told me that she met a guy named Shirley, which was kind of strange. I did. Yeah, this is a long time ago, and I'm like, you what? Like, yeah, I met a guy named Shirley. I'm like, what? Okay. Okay, then. That's just like meeting a girl named Richard or something.
Yeah, a girl named Tom or Eric.
Well, I heard there are women named Hunter.
That's a little bit strange.
Yeah, Hunter sounds like a masculine name, you know? Hunter.
It does. It does.
Or you know, what about okay, now that we're on kind of the subject of names, what about guys named Shannon? Do you think that's weird?
I do. To me, Shannon's always been more of a girl's name.
Shannon or Ashley or Stacy, they sound so feminine.
Yeah, the only time I've seen somebody named Ashley was in the movie, where was it? A man was in the film Gone with the Wind.
Right. And Ashley was he going after Miss Scarlet?
Yes, he was.
Okay.
And then Clark Gable ended up getting with her.
Right. Yes.
Bow, bow.
Oh, jeez. What about Miss Nolan? You did a...
You have to see the movie, babe. We got to watch it at some point. After you watch the Ken Burns Civil War thing.
Sorry. Sorry. It was a slight interruption.
Uh-oh. Well, I can always rant on about what's going on in politics and how we're being lied to by the president.
Oh, and nobody wants to hear that.
Oh, yes.
I know I don't want to hear it.
I know you don't want to hear the truth, okay. So you are enjoying Anne of Green Gables?
Yes, I am. Well, I'm reading, the name of the book I'm reading is called Anne of Ingleside. Ingleside is the name of the house that she lives in with her husband and children.
What was wrong with Green Gables? Why couldn't they just call it Anne of Green Gables Part 6?
Because she doesn't live in Green Gables anymore.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Before she lived in Ingleside, she lived in another house that was I don't remember how far. I don't think that was far from her location in the book. Because her last house was in a place called Four Winds Harbor, and now she lives in Glen St. Mary, which isn't too far from Four Winds, I believe, or maybe it's a part of the harbor. I'm not quite sure. I don't know how Canadian places are named like that, but anyway, Ingleside is the family home that she's made with her husband and children and their housekeeper.
What does the husband do for a living?
Her husband's a doctor.
Okay, so that's why they have so much money.
Gilbert Blythe, yes. And I believe, she was a teacher for a while, then she was a principal.
Well, good for
and
her.
Now, yes. And now they have a family home for her husband and children.
Oh, how sweet, Jaylo. How sweet.
That's right. They named their houses in the book.
That's weird.
That's what they do.
Like rich person thing to do is to name your house.
Some of the houses were named, and she wasn't always a rich person. I don't even know. And this doctor was a doctor that made house calls. This was like back in the 1930s. So how rich they were, I don't know. And this was back in the days with horses and buggies.
Right, because cars were around, but they weren't necessarily the prominent form of transportation where she was living.
Nope. I know, as far as I know, in their world, cars were not around, but they had horses and buggies. Kind of like what they have in Amish country, I guess.
I guess so. I keep hearing that they're way behind technologically compared to us. Yeah,
because it's a part of...
I've heard that, and I've also seen that in the movie Kingpin. They talk about that.
Yeah, because they heard that the Amish are, they kind of live in like the 19th century where they don't use anything that has, and I think it's a part of their religious beliefs too.
Yeah. Did you ever watch that movie Kingpin?
No, you told me about that.
We got to watch it sometimes. It's really, really funny.
What? No?
I said it's really funny.
Yeah, you told me about that one because that's the one with Woody Harrelson.
Yes. Are your ears stuck to the wall?
Oh, stop it.
Oh. That's it. We don't like it when I bring up her ears, okay?
Well,
you don't like it, okay?
Would you stop giving me guff already?
Oh, sorry, I'm a guff giver this year. Jaylo, I heard a rumor that you were giving a trampoline for exercise.
Oh yes, it's not that big, you know. It's right next to my desk right now, and I can jump on it as many times a day as I want to. It's called a rebounder, and it's not a very big. It's not like a very huge trampoline, but you can use it to help like your lymphatic system, and some people use it to kind of become more, athletic. And now that right now we're not able to walk too much, this is kind of a good thing to use indoors. And I think there are. What?
I was going to say, I noticed we're talking over each other a lot. Since you have hardwood floors, are you afraid about like falling off and hitting your head?
No, because it has a bar. I can hold on to a bar.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. I'm gonna have to try that.
Because you know how some trampolines don't have a bar? That you just kind of jump in the middle of it? Mm-hmm. This one has a bar. You also don't have to jump too high on it. You can kind of move your feet, but it's supposed to get your heart pumping. And I like jumping trampolines are fun. But it's not very big. I think there's instructions that come with it, and but it's fun, and you can do it 3 times a day, 2 times a day for like 10 minutes, or until you feel tired and dizzy and you want to get off.
Nice, babe. Nice.
I remember my aunt had a trampoline, and I always fell on it. I always fell down either on it or off of it. Not too hard, but I was like, I don't want to jump on this thing.
Do you think that represents a lack of paying attention, though?
I was younger.
Oh.
I was
much younger. You pay more attention back then?
No. I was paying attention. I think my foot just slipped or something. Or something was wrong with the trampoline. I don't know.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you, but I kept falling on the thing, and I don't know what was wrong with it. I think there was something wrong with the trampoline, or maybe I was jumping on it wrong. Yes.
Alana?
Yes.
You told me that when you and your female relative were walking earlier today, y'all ran into somebody who had fangs?
Yeah.
As part of a Halloween getup?
I don't know. We didn't talk to her long. We just were trying to find. I think she was working in a business, and she just happened to have the door open, and we were trying to find directions to Target because we weren't too far away.
Your relative was trying to find directions.
Right, exactly. And she just didn't feel good about this person because of how they were dressed, and understandably so. I mean, if I saw a person with fangs, I think I'd run away. Get away from me! Your teeth look sharp.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, and she was dressed in black, so, what would you think if you saw someone in black with fangs?
I don't know, baby. I don't know. I got to figure my table again, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys eaten dinner yet?
No, just kind of resting for a little bit. It was a good walk. I don't know yet. It was a good walk, though.
Yes.
The air was really nice. I mean, we walked. It was a pretty good exercise, and I was already sweating by the time I got home. But we walked for a little while. Went to see what was around Target and Bed Bath & Beyond. The air felt so good. I heard the sky looked really pretty,
when I was out earlier today, it felt really nice, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I was just thinking, it's been so long since I've gotten outside and felt the fresh air on my face, and it's like you take those things for granted when you don't have much of it.
That's true.
Yeah. I mean, you really do.
So
you just think it's going to be there.
We are speaking over each other a lot, I've noticed.
Yes, we are.
Yes, I'm not sure if that has to do with your stuffed ears or what's going on.
No, there's nothing to do with my ears. Just, I say something and then you say something and then one of us stops.
Yes. But this is an experiment, too. And I think we will give it another shot maybe on Thursday night, too, to work out some more of the kinks so we can keep doing this. That's my thought, if you're open to that, babe.
I think Friday would be better.
What's going on Thursday?
I'm not sure how it's going to go, but I do want to watch the debate, and I don't know exactly when it's going to come on or not.
We could do that. We could talk to each other during the debate and have a headphone in one ear and give our commentary.
No.
You don't want to do that? What if we did it earlier in the day on Thursday?
Oh, maybe we could. I mean, I don't know what we're going to do Thursday, but we could probably do that. Maybe sometime in the early afternoon, possibly.
That was beautiful. Yes. But anyway, what I was going to say is, as you know, I have not been back into a store since this whole thing started. So I'm curious from your perspective, what was it like being in Target and Bed Bath & Beyond today, and how has it been going in stores for most of this week for you?
It's been interesting because there's definitely, you could tell that the workers were all wearing masks because, masks distort your voice slightly. And I don't know, people were just extra careful. I think one time when I was buying something at a Fred Meyer the other day, and this is in general, some of the workers wore gloves. It was very strange.
Did it make you feel safer?
It was very weird. Huh?
Did it make you feel safer?
Not necessarily. I just felt very weird about it.
Uh-oh.
I didn't feel safer as much as I felt like this was just not normal.
I was listening to Anthony Fauci's interview on 60 Minutes, and he was saying that things might not start to get back to normal until like the third or fourth quarter of next year.
Yeah, well.
At least that's how I interpreted it.
Yeah.
But
he
also said that once it starts to get back to normal, we should get back relatively quickly.
Well, he also suggested that people shouldn't have anyone over for Thanksgiving. So, I mean, I wouldn't really, he says a lot of crazy stuff.
Maybe that means you should stay here for Thanksgiving.
Don't be selfish, Bob. That's not a good quality.
I just saw that there's so much of this with the COVID around, okay?
Don't be selfish now.
Sorry, babe, I didn't know. Sorry.
You're funny.
Yes.
Yes.
Jaylo,
yes.
Have you been having any dreams recently?
No, oh my goodness, I did not sleep very good last night at all.
Tell me.
And it was funny because I scared my relative last night without even trying.
Oh, you woke a relative up last night?
I scared my relative last night.
How did you do that? I'm going to guess you farted really, really loud.
Why would you say that?
Because you scared me doing that before.
No.
First,
what are you talking about?
First, I think that there's an explosion, then I think that there's something rotting in the inside of my nose.
Well, it is.
Oh, yeah.
No, it was just kind of funny because I was really, really hot in the room, and I decided to kind of lie down in the living room.
Yes.
Because it was really hot, and I put the AC on. And I don't remember. I think it might have been like after 2 or something. And she couldn't find her phone. I found her phone on the couch, and I accidentally kicked it off. And then I put it. I placed it on one of my chairs. She comes out. She comes out. She's on her way to the bathroom. I'm thinking, wait, she doesn't know I'm over here. And she finally comes out of there, and she's looking for her phone, and she didn't see me because all the lights were off. It was kind of funny. I don't know.
You ran up to her and you grabbed her hair?
No.
Oh.
No, I didn't grab her at all. That would scare her.
Oh. I could totally see you doing that, babe.
That's not very nice, Brooke.
Oh, babe. So, did you get into anything after that happened then? Like, did you listen to any music or read any books?
Yeah, I was listening to more of my books. Nice. Yes.
Very good, too. Whoa.
That's right.
I'm happy for you, babe.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, though, because in the first 4 books that I read, it was they were more concentrated on what was going on with Anne Shirley before she got married. And now, in the 6th book, the first 5 books were concentrated on her and Gilbert, her husband. The 6th book is concentrating more on her children and what they're experiencing growing up in Prince Edward Island.
So how old are these kids?
I don't know all their ages. She has her oldest son. She has twin girls that don't look alike. She has another a younger boy who's about 6, and a younger. Actually, no, she has 6 kids now. She has a younger boy that's 6, a younger boy that's 2, and then she gave birth to another little girl.
Wow. That's a busy household, babe.
And if she had her first child, if her first child lived, she would have had 7 kids. Can you believe that? 7 kids.
That's crazy, babe.
It is crazy. It's crazy.
That's a lot of kids.
That is a lot of kids. But But they're finding a way to take care of him. It sounds like.
Yes. Feed them every other day.
What?
Feed them every other day.
Oh, what if?
And
and by the way, so her husband's a doctor, and she writes for their local paper because she's a writer also.
Yes. Very, very well.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome, babes.
Yes, it's very good.
Yes, boys. Oh, it's so good, babes. Oh, it's so good, boys. Oh, big boys.
Oh. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying the books, babes.
I am. That's for sure. I'm going to listen to that on the train.
Nice.
On the
That'll
train.
be a fun ride for you. On the train, like babes.
Yeah, the train. The train is a fun, comfortable ride. I just wish the food wasn't so expensive, but.
Couldn't y'all eat before you get to the station, though?
We could, or sometimes if I have money, I buy it at the station because the Union Station over here has a really good burgers and fries, and they also have other things too. Sometimes I like getting their BLTs. So good.
Very good.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And sometimes they have ice cream. So
I'm so happy for you, babes.
Yes. And they give you a lot of fries. They give you a lot of fries when you order. So.
I like that. I hate to order from a place and get like a small amount of something.
I know, and it's like, well, I paid that much money for this small thing of fries and this small burger,
Well,
but no, their burgers are good.
Yeah, I told you that oftentimes when I was younger, I would not like going to places unless I left their establishment feeling completely full. Like I'd have to almost overeat. And one day I'm going out with a friend of mine. We leave this place and he's like, "Oh, they're good, but they gave me too much food." I thought he was crazy for saying that.
Yeah, I remember you told me that, and I thought that was a crazy story, but I kind of understand what you're talking about. Because you told me about how it was for you growing up.
Yes.
Am I right?
You are correct, babes.
Yeah. So
Jaylo.
When I was what?
No, can you explain? But what were you going to say? I can go back to what I was going to say.
No, I just remember when I was growing up, we had to eat pretty much everything in front of us.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very good, dear. Well, so have you cooked for this relative yet?
No, I haven't. I mean, she saw me make something. Unfortunately, it didn't come out as great as I wanted it to, but I just recently got something that might help me make them better, but it's a separate appliance.
Let me guess, it's the egg cooker thing.
Yeah, well, you already knew that, yes.
Yes.
You knew that nobody else did. What now? Yes, I am. I am.
You're really into eggs and not cleaning your ears. So I'm.
Oh, stop it.
Sorry, babe.
I could hang up.
No, babe, boy, I love you.
You're a good boy.
Babe, I'm always a good boy.
No, I'm not.
Yes, I am, okay.
You're giving me grief again. I never give you that.
Sorry, babe. So I know I just want you to clean your ears.
Well, and you're full, and you do sound kind of far away, so.
I'm right next to the thing on my phone.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't sound as. I mean, I can still hear you. It's just that you sound far away, but
Do you like it better when I use the headphones or when I talk like I am now?
I'm getting used to it.
Okay, but what would you prefer? Because one of the reasons I took off the headphones was so I could get closer to the mic.
Okay. Maybe next time we should try it with you have the headphones on and see if it actually sounds better. If not, then I'll just have you take it off.
Let's do that. Okay, let's do a comparison next time then.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Because, I mean, I can still hear you, but you sound, I don't know if it's on speaker. Is it on speaker?
No, it's not. Nope.
Interesting.
Next time we'll do that.
I don't know. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I can still hear you, no problem. It just sounds a little bit farther, but maybe that's just, I don't know.
Oh, because I hear you fine, babe.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do. Ho, ho, ho.
That's
Yeah.
right, yes. That's right.
Jaylo,
Mm-hmm.
are there any self-love exercises that you've been engaging in over the last week?
Not really. I don't know. It just seems like there's so much to do between now and next week. Yeah, I don't know. All I know is that I really need to get some extra sleep tonight. I do.
Because you also had issues sleeping the night before last. You didn't get to bed until 4:30.
Yeah, that was not good. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
That was like last weekend.
Oh, sorry, I got the days wrong.
That's okay, that's fine. Friday and Saturday were not good nights for me for sleeping. And then now it's Tuesday today. Monday wasn't good. I slept better on Sunday, but Monday wasn't good.
Uh-oh.
Maybe tonight will be better.
I hope so, baby boys.
Me too. Me too.
Yes. Yes, baby boys.
Yeah.
Yes, you will.
That's right.
That's right, baby.
Oh, yes.
I'm tired, babes.
Yeah, a little bit.
Do you want me to, we wrap this up then? Do you want to go and try to get a nap or what?
What time is it, by the way?
It is a little bit after 5. I'm seeing that it's 5:12.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna, maybe we should wrap it up because I kind of want to maybe not take a nap, but just kind of relax a little bit because we did have a good walk and,
Yes.
you know.
Do you know what you're going to have for dinner?
I'm not sure. We bought some chicken. We also have things for sandwiches. Have you had almond butter?
Yes, I have. I really like it.
Okay. We got this like dark chocolate creamy almond butter, so that might actually be good. We might use it for our sandwiches tomorrow, and I don't know if we're gonna go to Fred Meyer tomorrow. We might. I don't know because it's that close. But we do have to get more frozen berries. Boy, oh boy. We were able to find the Greek Gods yogurt in Target, and I'm so thankful because it's really good yogurt.
I love it.
I love it too. Because a lot of times when I've tried Greek yogurt, this time we got the honey flavored yogurt, but I think it's going to be good.
Have you gotten your slow cooker yet?
No. I think I'm going to wait on that.
Uh-oh.
Well, I mean, I don't really need it right now. It's not that big of an emergency.
Yes.
Just like, if I'm going to leave next week for a little bit, I'm not going to need a table for a while. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't want to keep you on too long, dude. If you got to go sleep.
Maybe.
Yes. I'll just chill
I don't know.
Oh.
Just chill out a little bit, okay?
Okay, babes, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, babes. It was good getting to check in with you, though.
It is. It certainly is.
And I know that this won't sound as good, but again, this is an experiment, and it's something to keep the process going.
Well, I will say this, from what I listened on YouTube for your other recordings that you were doing with said person.
Yeah. We can say I
dimension.
used to do a podcast with Charming Tempest.
Okay.
Back in
so you're okay with mentioning that?
Yeah, because it's out there.
So with what I heard of one of the recordings, and I didn't hear all of it, but it sounded pretty good, actually.
I was never happy with the way it sounded, but I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah, I mean, she even sounded pretty clear to me. I mean, maybe not as clear as you did.
Yeah.
But she sounded clear as a person on the phone can sound.
That's good, babes. But it's, we're working this out. Yes.
Right.
And this way I can get gossip for me when you're out of town.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's gossiping? Are you the one gossiping?
I said get gossip from you, babe.
Me? I don't like gossiping.
Oh, whatever you do. But I should probably let you go, babe, so you can just chill out for a little while.
Yes. But if not tonight that I call you, then tomorrow will be the day.
Sounds good, babes.
What are you going to do?
I am going to look at this, and then I am also going to, I'm probably just hang out, maybe listen to some music.
Right. Did you have your dinner yet?
I did. I made some burritos.
Ooh.
Yes.
With the corn salsa and everything?
I did not do the corn salsa. I did add some corn to the rice, though.
Yum. Ugh.
Yes.
Yum.
Yes.
That is one of the ways that I like to eat corn. Yum, yum, yum.
I know.
Yes.
That's why you're so corny.
You're corny.
Oh, it is. So what?
Whatever. Right. Yes.
Yes, baby boys.
Yes.
Well, babes, is there anything else you want to say?
I'm loving my furniture. I really am. I mean, it is great. It is great to have a couch that I can actually sit on now. And I feel so, it is so nice to sleep on a bed. It really is great. And then Thursday I'm supposed to get a vacuum.
Nice.
Yes.
Very happy for you, baby.
Yes.
All right, babes, that's probably what you go.
All right. Well, it was so fun doing this. And
I will be doing it more.
yeah, I hope it turns out okay too.
Well, I'm going to put it up anyway. But it's not. Listen, I definitely hear things we could be doing better, but this is why we're testing it.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, babe boys. All right, babes.
All right.
Unless you have anything else you want to say?
No, do you have anything else?
No.
All right. Well, I guess this wraps it up. I will say goodbye for now, and until next time.
Okay, I love you, babe. Oh, do you want me to call you after I stop this so we can talk, or you just want to?
Yeah. Sure, yeah. Mm-hmm. Sure. Okay. Go ahead and call me. Okay.
Bye. I love you, babe.
I love you. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.